Hello Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading. This is for May 27th until June 2nd. I hope you're well. I'm currently in Roseisle Forest and it is just gently raining. It's so beautiful. It smells fresh. Good to get in amongst the trees for a bit. My buddies, the trees. I'm going to do a 4-part spread. First of all, be past, present, and future, but don't get hung up on time because the past is just memory, the future is desire, and the present is a present. Then I'm going to take out a shadow card, an ego card, and look at the dynamic between. Shadow is just your vulnerabilities, and your ego is what you're presenting to the world to try and hide those vulnerabilities. And then I'm going to pull out an influences working in your favour card, and then obstacles working against you, and the dynamic between those two as well. And then I'm going to pull 3 cards from Spirit just to give you some advice for the coming week. It's a very powerful, energetic moment at the moment. The Pleiades are open. It won't be once this reading goes live. Pleiades Portal, where the moon is the sun is conjunct with the Pleiades, allowing us to receive a lot of divine messages. So hopefully these readings are super powerful. What you've got out first in your past position is the Chariot and the 6 of Voices. That is real fast movement away from a situation that isn't serving you anymore. You ran away from something that was very, very scary, and you ran away with power. Present is the 8 of Voices. Real trappedness, real imprisonment, not being able to move, being captive, but to yourself, not to anything else. Completely captive to yourself. Also, black and white thinking is coming in here. Are you aware of CBT? Oh, here we go. Future is the Muse of Voices. So that is King of Swords energy, a bit more feminine. So mastering intelligence. Oh, that is such a Scorpio thing. Ooh. And what came out as your kind of they're just popping out right now. What came out for your overall 6 of Inspiration, victory, attention. You were at battle with something and now you're coming back with like the spoils. The world, completion. You've finished a cycle. And the Priestess, you've understood something, a big, big, deep, dark mystery from this closing up of this cycle. Currently, you're not in a good position. Currently, you're trapped by black and white thinking. You're, everything is either is or isn't. There's no grayscale. And that is keeping you imprisoned right now. It's not allowing you to kind of have compassion. It's not allowing you freedom. It's not allowing you to forgive yourself. You don't have much compassion for yourself right now, Scorpio. And that is because you had to leave a situation real fast. Really, really fast. But you left you left dramatically. You left slamming doors is what I'm hearing. You slammed the door really, really quick. And I'm assuming this is what you've closed out. But you're coming away from this, mastering your thoughts, mastering things. This is where you're aiming for. This is what you're wanting. You're wanting to have control over your thoughts. You're aware that you're trapped by your limited thinking. But there's a massively big lesson that was learned through this process. And you're coming back with that lesson and you're spreading it around. Well, it doesn't say you're spreading it around yet. Maybe you will. But don't worry. It's closed. It's ended. You slammed that door shut. You don't need to worry about it anymore. Thing is that I pick up on this card, though. It's this stigmata thing happening. With the moon going into the palm. Don't make yourself a martyr, is what I'm hearing very, very clearly. Don't make yourself a martyr. The card said it, not me. Okay, let's see a shadow and ego. This came out for Cancer too. No, I am going to shuffle that again. The cards are a little bit damp, and those 3 cards came out for Cancer. So it could be. It could be for you, but at the same time, that's too unlikely, especially the cards being damp. Cause it's a bit rainy. Shadow for Scorpio, please. 1 shadow for Scorpio. Oh, here we go. Temperance. It's balance in this deck. Balance. And Ace. God, I was about to say page. Ace of emotions. Ace of cups in reverse. What you're hiding, what you're vulnerable about, is lack of self-love, lack of love in your life. I'm seeing a bathtub. I don't know why. Why are you hiding that you're trying to take self-care and trying to look after yourself? I think you're fearing judgment from other people, that you are aware that you're needing to take more self-care. And you're worried about the judgment from other people for you trying to look after yourself. Baths are great. I mean, everyone should bath. And immersing yourself in water is really beneficial, especially if there's salt in it. It's really good for you. That is fantastic. You're hiding that. Are you skipping out on responsibilities to look after yourself? Is that how it feels? It's not selfish to look after yourself if you've got low energy and you're not feeling good, especially if you're in this kind of space here where it's black and white thinking, you know? You may be fearing judgment from other people who are like, you have a responsibility to me, why are you not here? You don't need to do that. You don't need to make any excuses. You don't need to hide that you're looking after yourself. If anyone fucking judges you for that, they can get in the bloody sea. Not in the sea, I like the sea. Get in the bin! You know? Get in my compost pile. Got my compost pile, I've got a van. Ego. 2 of voices, that's 2 of swords energy. What you're presenting to the world is conflict. No, conflicted. I think you're giving off 2 impressions to the world. It's like you're giving off the impression that you've got your shit together. I'm also seeing that you're giving off to the world that you're really sad. You're presenting one to one audience and another to another audience. But what you're actually going through, you're not communicating. Does anyone know what you're actually going through? Card for the overall reading is the King of Cups. There. This is speaking to me about duality. Creating loving space but not being committed to it. Fluid, very fluid. I don't think you really know what you want right now. I think you're questioning everything that you actually have right now. Especially after this thing where you've had to close a whole cycle and close a door on someone. You're like, close the door on someone. That's it. That person. I've left that situation. That's it. I'm having a fucking shit time just now. I've got all this like poor mental health. But this is a process of learning just now. It is saying you need to communicate with someone that you trust, someone who you love, someone who you know loves you too. Let's see your influence is working in your favor. Oh, here we go. Queen of Inspiration, Queen of Wands, receiving energy, feminine reception energy for fire. So one of your influences right now is a strong feminine fire sign. Doesn't have to be female, could just be feminine or has a lot of feminine energy. Feminine is receptive, remember? Feminine is also dark. That's when something that's working for you is this person who is there as some sort of level of inspiration for you. Somebody is inspiring you to get better. The Page of Materials is right next to it, which is also an inspiration card. See? Taking inspiration from nature. Taking inspiration from something you're seeing. So this fiery feminine energy is inspiring you loads, but it's in reverse. So I don't think you're telling them how much they inspire you and how much that you actually, I don't know, look up to them. Dynamic. Four of Pentacles, Four of Materials in reverse. You're being withholding of that information. You're withholding how much someone is inspiring you. Maybe they need to know. Obstacles working against you. The Fool in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse. And the Hermit for the overall. You are currently going through a moment of trying to get the hell out of your shell. You're trying to come out of your shell. Trying to come out of your cage. You're doing just fine. You're scared right now to take a risk. So that's the Fool in reverse. You've just leveled up to the next stage, right? You've just leveled up after closing this chapter. And now this is taking a risk by jumping off into the unknown. You are not quite willing to do that. And that's because you're in a state of deception. No, not deception. Seven of Cups, sorry. But if that came in, as choices, you've got lots of options and they all seem very, very attractive. Do you have as many options as you think you have? Are these options or are they something else? Not all options have to be good options anyway, but are you tricking yourself into thinking you have more options than you actually have? I don't know, calling this fire sign. I'm sure that fire sign, this feminine fire sign will have some sort of inspiration for you. Okay, let's see some advice cards. Temperance again. Temperance is a Sag card. Is this fire sign a Sag? I'm thinking that's what's going on. Scorpio, maybe you've got a Sag in your chart. Maybe to call upon your Saggy aspects. Maybe there's a Sagittarius that you're taking inspiration from. So look to the Sagittarian. Tower. Let it come down. Let the structure come down so it can clear a path for something new. Emotional fulfillment. There's much to take joy in. There's much to take joy in. Two of Wands. This is conversation. Why aren't you having the conversation? You need to have a conversation. There's a conversation that needs to be had, Scorpio. Please have the conversation. Right, so that's what I've got for you, Scorpio. Go talk to your Sag, please. And for those Scorpios who are really close to me and know fine well I'm a Sagittarius, I was not thinking of you. But also, I wouldn't mind if my Scorpio buddies would give me a shout. Robin. Get in touch if you need a clarification or want to expand. Get me on Instagram, give me a shout, and I will see you next week, Scorpio, for your next reading. Ciao.